Day is about to mean a lot more than we think is about to mean. We are about to be up on car launches, overwhelming expectations of what is supposed to be coming this season. But big shout out to Mary Beanie Galactus. I see they were in the chat earlier as I was in a meeting doing some other things. And then, the baby said, can we eat together? And I said, you're damn right we can eat together. So my apologies, but let's talk about this. Let's just set, I don't want to set expectations, but let's set some, let's bring the expectations down. All right. It's okay to believe, but I'm going to say this. You have no damn reason whatsoever to think that Mercedes is going to be faster than Red Bull. We don't. Let's just keep it real with each other. We don't right now. To believe what Mercedes is going to do is far different than to see what Mercedes is going to do. And right now, that's all you can do. All you can do is believe that Mercedes will be faster than Red Bull. You can believe that Lewis Hamilton is going to get his 8th world championship. You can believe that he'll win several races this season ahead of Max Verstappen, Orlando, or Charles, or even Perez. You can believe that. But my thing is, what should we think based off the body of work that we've seen? Now, we already know things are tainted. We already know there's collusion. We already know there's certain things going on. We already know there are things at play here that are bigger than just thinking about somebody not winning a race. We know this, right? Yeah, we know this. All right, we already know about these things, but we still got to think about this. Car performance outside of that was poor. I don't think any of you were okay with what Mercedes has developed in the last 2 seasons. I don't think any of you were okay with the way Toto Wolff or maybe even Mercedes yielded to some of the things that maybe they should have protested. Big Paul Kozlowski in the chat. What's good, bro? How about Andretti? What the fuck? I'll talk about that. How about Andretti? How about the Andretti? They just keep moving the goalposts. They just keep turning it down. I mean, denied? Formula One, you turned down Andretti for what? I want to know what you turned him down for. I want to know why you turned Andretti down and you haven't booted Haas out. That's what I would like to know. How do you turn Andretti down but keep Haas? Haas are in peril right now. New team principal. Not saying Gunther couldn't do his job. I'm just saying he ain't do it good enough. And a lot of people give credit to the lack of performance from Haas to Gene, the owner. A lot of people feel like Gene Haas is not giving Haas Formula One, Haas F1, the attention and or the financial means that they should have in order to be a competing team. And this is what I'm going to say. This is what I wish they would do. I wish that when they release the cost cap certificates, when they've told us which teams have not breached, that have adhered to the cost cap regulations, the financial regulations, I wish they would show us how much of the cost cap did each team use up. I wish they would show us that, because that would be very telling. Could you imagine if Haas revealed that they only use 60% of their cost cap? Why would you do that in a competitive season where you're supposed to be trying to be your best? Why would you come to school and say, I want 60% on my test, teacher? Paul, afraid they beat Red Bull. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. I think it's more than that. I think it's not even just Red Bull. I think that, to me, Andretti is more of the possibility of being a staple than Haas could ever imagine being. That if Andretti got into the sport, probably could pull so much revenue, so much attention, weigh so much on the scale, that when you do that, even when they don't like you, when you can affect the bottom line in such a way that it impacts their pockets, they have to go ahead and yield to you sometimes. And I don't think they want that. They don't have to do that with Haas. Whatever. They don't have to do that with Williams. Okay. They don't. But you talking about Andretti coming in? Nah, there's going to be some weight thrown around, and that's probably not something they want. There's probably a lot of reasons. There's probably financial reasons mixed in there too, but I think that every time Formula One have set a goalpost. Andretti have went to kick that ball through the goalpost. It goes through the goalpost, and for some reason, there's a heckler behind there that throws it back through the goalpost saying that they need something else. You need the resolution fee? We got that. Dissolution fee? We got that. Not resolution fee. The dilution fee? We got that. Okay, now it's not enough. All of a sudden, it's not enough. Before it was enough, but now it's not enough. Now you need more than that. Well, you should have reevaluated that before Andretti put their bid in to come into Formula One. Okay, all right. All right, you don't want us to come in with just Andretti. You want us to have a big manufacturer behind us so that you can be reassured that we have, coupled with money, to go ahead and make it outside of seasons that we might not be competitive. Okay, we don't have that. We come back with GM. General Motors. Oh, we concerned about the engines and whatever y'all gonna do. We're concerned about overbadging Christian Horner. Overbadging. Hell, you overbadging. You about to be overbadging your damn self, because there ain't no way I believe Ford is gonna manufacture a good performing Formula One motor. They haven't, and I don't think they will. So every time Andretti answers the call, they switch it up. But you know what? Anytime this guy makes a call, says he needs a miracle, says something needs to be done, it's funny how things happen. It's funny how things happen. I'm just saying, the sport need to change. It does indeed need a change, I believe. Oh, by the way, you see, we got some new cars up here getting ready for the 2024 season. We got a McLaren, we got Alfa Romeo, which is technically Sauber now, and we got Alpine. So we got 3 new cars up there just in case things change. I'm still waiting to see about finding an Aston Martin. So if anybody knows where a good Aston Martin is, I'm not paying $80 for a 43rd scale car. I'm not doing it. We still need, we got Ferrari. We still need, who else do we need up here? Aston Martin, we need a Haas. You know, we're trying to get the whole grid. Haas, we got Alpine. We need AlphaTauri. I'm not giving you $75 for a 43rd scale car when you're about to be a damn copy of the RB19 and you really haven't been doing much, and you need to give credit to Yuki for doing his thing. Who else do we need up here? I think we need a Williams car. So there are a few more cars that we need, and I'm trying to get them all so I can line them up. So if you have a good lead on those teams and those cars, then let me know. By the way, I did reach out. I reached out to 2 Formula One teams. Paul says Andretti is the most known name in all motorsports. Just the name is worth letting them in. And that's a fact. That's a fact, bro. Think about it. They move day, sun, moon, mountain, rivers, lakes, oceans, beds, grass, trees, bushes, flowers, bees, honeys. They moved everything to get Porsche into the sport. Everything to get Porsche and Audi into the sport. Porsche spit on them and said, we out. We want 50% of Red Bull Technologies. They ain't want to do it. The next thing you know, they out. I really just think it was a ploy. Like I said before, Volkswagen throwing around their weight to get the other team in there. They did all that. But you can't let Andretti in when they coming in based on merit. They didn't ask you to change anything. Andretti didn't ask you to change anything that I know of. If they did, then let me know. But to my knowledge, I'm not aware that Andretti asked for something such as Volkswagen Motor Group did to change the sport so that they could come in and feel like they were more on neutral ground. I'm not aware of that. They got the money up. They got the manufacturer backing. They got the fucking facility. The facility. I forgot all about the facility. They got the facility, plus they're already competing in several other motorsports. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. It is. It's a damn shame. I'm ready for the new season to start. We're gonna be baking in there. I'm trying to tell you. We're gonna be, even though I'm gonna be in the garage wrenching away on that car, trying to get that wide body car project done. We're gonna do that. We are gonna do that. By the way, awesome race this past weekend. We got round 7 coming up. The points were a little funny. That has been adjusted. Big shout out to Stinky One. I'll be posting the points today. But things to me are just, you know, every time I come around and see this news Formula One, I just have to question Formula One's direction. But back to what I was saying, I reached out to 2 teams because I will be looking. I did apply to talk to 5th graders about about motorsports and what I do here, and to try to get them more influenced into the sport. So I'll be putting goodie bags together for these fifth graders. It's about 30 of them. I'm also going to take the racing cart in to get them introduced to that. So I reached out to McLaren and I reached out to Mercedes and asked if they would like to supply their 43rd scale cars in order to promote their teams to these youngsters. I haven't heard back from them, but that is no different from any other time I reached out to Formula One teams and try to do some good. When we try to do some good, for some reason they drag their feet. And that's just the way it goes. But we're going to keep doing what we do. But as far as it goes, to me, I'm at 083. What's up, family? What's up, Wolfpack family? I said it before. F1 is a prima donna. That is a perfectly capable laying a nasty, the egg that stinks like shit and it smells. You ain't lying, bro. You're not lying. It is. It is. It's aggravating to the point where it's almost like they running scared. So, as I was saying, I'm just trying to do some good. I'm trying to introduce youngsters to the sport, trying to introduce young kids to kart racing. And I just said, hey, I reached out to the teams and see if they wanted to put their brands within packaged in what I was going to do so that these kids could have names to turn to if they wanted to start watching the sport. I haven't heard back from either team on anything. So yeah, Racer X says Ferrari and Mercedes with newer cars faster than the previous builds by multiple seconds. Red Bull better be ready. See, this is my thing, Racer X210, big little bro. Are other teams not going to also make updates? Are other teams also not going to get faster? We know McLaren is. We damn well should expect that Aston Martin is. So my thing is, will Mercedes and Ferrari leaps forward be enough to close that gap, if not cap it off? Or is their leap forward going to be minute in comparison to the leap forward that Red Bull may make, or where Red Bull already is? That's what we have to know. They can do better than, think about it. They did better than they did in 2022 and 2023, but it still wasn't enough. So is them doing better in 2024 going to be enough to be more than competitive? Is it going to be enough to win races? That's what my question is. Big shout out King Racer Ream. Hey, big shout out to Race X210 too. You've been doing your thing in the races, bro. You coming up. You've been making podiums. You almost giving me the Williams vibe. You giving me the Williams racing vibes. By the way, big shout out to our new drivers with contracts that are going to be participating in the DZP Racing Series after the Wolfpack Racing Series is over. So big shout out to Paul, S450 rider. Big shout out to Wildcat, the number 2 driver. Big shout out for Racer X210 backing his brothers up in the reserve role. Those are our 3 drivers that have got contracts to race in the DZP Racing Series. So be sure to tune into that when our racing series is over. So I don't know. Right now, I'm telling you, I'm not going to be overly excited about the launch on the 14th of February. I'm not going to be overly excited about it. I'm going to be keened and tuned in to see what kind of talk, what kind of mannerism, what kind of attitude they're coming in with. But more than that, I don't even give a damn what the car looks like. Well, I'm not going to say that. I give a damn about one thing. I want to see if the location of Lewis Hamilton has changed and shifted to where he's more comfortable at being in tune with the car. I do want to see that. Other than that, I'm leaving it for testing. That's what I'm leaving it for. I'm done with all, let me front you some hope. Let me front you some of my investment. Mercedes got to show me some paperwork. They got to show me real numbers from something they done already went out there and did for me to see that there's going to be a return on my investment, of my emotions, of my mental anguish. Because I know plenty of you all, especially in 2022, were anguished mentally about what was going on. We just came out 2021 with the debacle. A lot of people want to see Lewis Hamilton get his 8 because he got cheated out of it. I understand that. But now we got to hold Mercedes accountable for making sure that he legitimately has the ability to compete for his 8th, because they haven't done that yet. Galactus looking for a great battle this season. Let's go. Thank you. Big shout out to everybody doing the super chats. I'm trying to tell you, we getting back in the form, baby. You know what? Listen. I'm waiting for us to pop more of these bottles so we can have some more of these corks running around here. Think about that. You see all that? Do y'all see all that? That's what we was popping. We was popping bottles. It's time to pop more bottles coming up in the season. It's time for me to get rid of these and get some more. Get some more. By the way, I'm telling you right now, there are some things that have transpired in my life that may not let me do as much, but we still gonna do something, all right? It's time for things to happen. It's time. Hey, I feel you, but Mercedes got to make this happen because right now they haven't made it happen. And I'm gonna tell you, somebody who has ultimately blind hope, who believes so much in Mercedes and is the beacon for many people not to give up on Mercedes, not to just walk out the door on Mercedes. I'm gonna have to give credit to Mary Beanie. She keeps hope beyond hope of hope being hoped. She does. Big shout out to Mary Beanie for that. But your boy Jay from Wolfpack is a little bit pessimistic. I need to see reality happen. So we'll see what happens. Do not forget, tune in this Sunday for the Wolfpack F1 Grudge Racing Series. It is litty. We got things popping off. Galactus and Sylvia Witt Kelly have come together to give 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th prizes. That means drivers down there, as Galactus said it, Logan Sargent points are going to get something. They have decided to gift 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th Wolfpack coffee mugs. So you can start your day off with a good shot of caffeine coming out of Purple Sector's cup. So big shout out to Sylvia Witt and Galactus for that. Big shout out to them for that. All right, so make sure you join us Sunday, live, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. Lights out, okay? We're going to see. Don't believe. Wait and see what Mercedes can be, all right? All right, that's Jay Wolfpack. Y'all stay safe. Y'all drink water, take vitamins, and eat healthy. See y'all soon. Peace.